Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is the complete collected edition of Space Bandits, the first run, 1 through 5 by Mark Millar and Matteo Scalera. And a quick review, it's awesome. Go buy all of them. They're great. Or when they collect them into hopefully a trade, go buy them. This book is really interesting. I got recommended it through your boy Zach's channel, and yeah, it's a Netflix comic. Very interesting. Published by Image, but I'm guessing Netflix funded it. Anyhow, whether this becomes some sort of weird series on Netflix or not, I don't know. But this was extremely good, and this is kind of this series is an example of how to write two badass female characters without going into just total freaking, Mary Sudom, I guess is the right way to say. These two are actually really, really cool, and the story behind this is really awesome. This book has basically a 1980s space aesthetic, and it actually does it pretty well. So you got right here the opening. The 80s didn't reach the Midwest till the 90s. How long do you think? How long do you think it would take for it to get to space? And booyah! Pretty cool idea. You get introduced to the first character, Cody. She is more of a brains type, a really smart planner, and basically plans this heist out with this gang of bad guys, and then they betray her effectively. And she ends up basically getting shot right through the chest. The other character, Thena, effectively runs a gamut that is pretty similar to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, with her being turned in by her boyfriend for the bounty, and then her, effectively breaking out with her boyfriend and just bouncing out with the money. Effectively, he ends up betraying her, and this puts both of these two characters in jail. And this effectively is the opener, and it's a great opener because it kind of sets the premise very quickly for, hey, these two characters they're bandits, but they've been wronged by their partners. And then you get into the second one, and it just builds up. Effectively, it becomes a revenge story, and it's really, really well written. Very, very fun dialogue, and also great action. A lot of stuff happens in every single issue. You don't get a boring comic. There isn't a lot of talking. Another thing that's very great is that Mark Millar does not put on kitty gloves when he treats with these characters. These characters get beat up all the time throughout this 5-issue run, and they are certainly not these, Captain Marvel-like invincible characters. They have to use skill sets that are more realistic, like, shooting guns, or just in general using your head. Or in this case right here, making a freaking 3-mile shot with a rifle. Pretty awesome. Yeah, and there's just a lot of really cool concepts throughout this series. Like this one introduces these sort of healing pools that are going on. And yeah, also a lot of really, really great art. It's got this really cool 1980s aesthetic with space, obviously. And they accomplish it really well. They're always constantly drawing new costumes for the characters in every issue, so it really it doesn't become visually tiring when you read through these because there's always something new. This was a pretty cool one. They trap this one guy, and they find out their guns don't work, and the dude's like freaking 5 times their size. Eventually, they catch up with Thena, this character's boyfriend right here, and they end up Vigo. And they end up getting, into some more fun. I'm not going to spoil any more of this. This, by the way, was a great ender right here, too. Really cool. Also with a little bit of a spoiler at the end to kind of get you excited about maybe, hopefully, another run of Space Bandits. Maybe they'll have a number 6 and continue on with this. I hope so. This is actually a really good comic, and I really enjoyed this for an independent comic. I certainly enjoyed it more than, in my opinion, the overrated House of X run that I just finished right now. But yeah, man, really, really, really cool. One thing I did want to kind of get through right here is, as far as like basic structures and whatnot, the character gets introduced, the premise and the setting gets introduced first. Then your first protagonist gets introduced in the first 4 4 to 5 pages very quickly, building up the tension. And the next character, because this is a duet, they do 2 stories back to back explaining them. So straightforward, basic fundamentals. Exposition is perfect. None of this weird, I'm not explaining who this character is till the end of the freaking book nonsense. And it also leaves you at a good spot that you want to go and buy the next one and the next one and the next one. And even though this is a story where the story's never really completed with every issue, and normally I kind of prefer that a comic book stand on its own and not have to always rely on, you got to get the next one, the next one, the next one to understand it. This one, in 5 issues, is such a really complete and good story that I don't really mind getting it. And these also aren't particularly crazy. Like, I didn't get it for this price. I got a lot less, but you can get this, at a reasonable price, and you get a good story in 5 issues. Not like what I did where I had to buy all 6 of House of X and all 6 of Powers of X to get what effectively, to me, felt like I freaking don't care about this at all. You actually do end up kind of caring about these characters, even though they are, as the title suggests, they are scoundrels. They are, criminals. But compared to the people that they're going after, they're so much less, and personality-wise, they do shine a lot. These characters have unique personalities that come out. Cody is a smart chick. She wants to use her brain to solve problems. She's not really one that wants to go and have physical confrontations because she knows she can't win that. And then she also has a little pet lizard that she works with and she can telepathically talk to. Thena is more of a physical fighter. She's got some strengths and whatnot, but she also, very interestingly enough, in a certain part of this, even she admits, and she also gets proven very quickly, there's a limit to her physical strength. And she's also not above being more logical and using firearms to get the job done. Same with her too, right? These are well-written characters that are believable, and that's really important when you're trying to read these things. At least for me, a lot of times they're just some of these new characters are just freaking terrible, dude. It's just they win because they win, and you'll like it because you'll like it. It's freaking crap. But this is awesome. Yeah, totally recommend it. If they came out with a trade, I would totally recommend buying the trade too. That's probably going to be cheaper than buying all 5 of these, though it is, these are nice printing. The quality is really good. Kind of weird seeing Netflix right here. I kind of wonder if Netflix is actually going to do something with this. It would be cool to see like an animation. Maybe a live action would be kind of interesting, though. It kind of would depend on the actresses that they would get for these two. But anyway, that's it. If you like this, hit the thumbs down below. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. If you got any comments on Space Bandits by Mark Millar, the whole series, put them down below. Let me know what you think. And I will talk to you next time.